Now, Josh Gates is going over to Petra here to excavate. They're going to let him excavate. Well, what does an excavation mean? When they say I'm going to excavate, what does that mean? Let's see what a geological or archaeological excavation consists of. All right, most people would understand this without having to be explained, but archaeological excavation is the exposure and processing and recording of archaeological remains. You know, pots and pans and body parts, and in this case, the actual structure itself. They can take samples of it. It can be tested, and I'll show you what I would like to take samples of. All right, in archaeological excavations, they can test the soil samples for signs of past life. They can do a microbial analysis, paleobotany, chemical analysis, isotopic analysis, sedimentology. They can look for signs of life. Now, I have seen the signs of anatomical life. Now, can they relate that to biological life and chemistry? Which I know they can. There's no question about that. When you see what's inside the treasury, there's no question they can find DNA in that. I mean, if you know anatomy, you understand that's a sarcomere. This is muscle sarcomeres. This is contracted, this is expanded, and they will erode right on these little lines here a lot, and sometimes they'll erode out of these areas here. But there's a lot of connective tissue. Now, wherever there's a lot of muscle, there is a ton of blood, and Petra is literally an artery. All right, everybody's seen the Petra. They call this the treasury, and it's elegantly carved. And who did this, and when did they do it, and what did they make it out of? How did this thing? And then look at these blocks. You see these blocks? There's that line, this line here, and each one of them is a block. You see, it's a block, it's a block. Those are the sarcomeres, my friends. This is a gigantic creature, absolutely enormously gigantic, and this was the artery that supplied the blood for this whole complex. And you say, what complex? Well, I'll show you the complex. All right, my friends, every muscle, this is all muscle, has to be supplied with tons of blood. That's where this stuff came. This is where the blood came from. There was an artery here. That's why it's so perfect. And it's squirted out blood everywhere. And all of these blocks, you see these blocks here? You see all these blocks? These are all muscle sarcomeres. These are all sarcomeres, and they are here too. And they come all the way up here. And now they meet up here at the top with, I believe it's probably skin, but I'm not sure. It could go from here into tendon, and that's all eroded away. I don't know, but I don't see all that. Normally you would see that tendon laying all over the place here. I don't see that. So I have to think there was skin up above, and that skin had eroded, just like the stone right here. That right there at the top is skin. That's the skin. And this is the layer of skin, just like adipose. I forget what they call it, but it's like a gushy material right underneath your skin, and then you get down to the muscle is here. But the muscle is infused with blood, and that's what happened over in Turkey. The blood ran out, and everything collapsed. Now at Petra, they don't have that situation. There's no collapse going on there that I know of. But this was the artery. And that artery just squirted blood, and then when it died and everything petrified, it just turned solid. And all they did was chisel it. Now, it was soft when they did that. I'm absolutely certain it was soft when they did it. And they just did it like putty. And they drilled holes in here, these little holes, so that the moisture could come out. Now, pay close attention to the details. These are those blocks, the blocks of sarcomeres. It's not hard to see. You see this side and then this side? That's the way the sarcomeres are made. And they come together. That's what this is, and this was the blood that supplied everything. And these pillars are enormously tall. A person doesn't even come up to about here, somewhere about there, tops. This was a big thing, and it was carved by somebody, and this happened to be, I would say, not too long after the Great Flood. This must have been soft, in my mind, and the stuff in South America, no question, that was cut soft and moved and just piled into these walls, and they just sealed together like they were pieces of putty, because basically that's what they were. And this is carved from, I believe, from a moist creature. Now, let me show you more to support my side of this thing. And because he's doing an excavation, they're letting him take some material out of here, I would imagine. And he can very simply get the material needed to see what was this creature. Because there'll be DNA. I'll show you. There's almost no question whatsoever you get DNA out of here. See, that's up above. This is connective tissue. You go to any butcher, anybody that has any idea about biology, that's connective tissue. The white stuff is the connective tissue. This is the bloody muscular stuff that works in with where connective tissue connects to muscles. And that's it. That's right above Petra. All right, so you saw Petra. You saw everything that's around Petra. Now what's inside Petra? Here it is right here. It's the treasury. That, my friends, there is a zero question that you could get DNA out of there. No question whatsoever. And all you'd have to do is drill deep enough in there to get rid of everything that's outside of it. You get inside and get yourself a piece of DNA out of there. I did it with my mud fossils. No problem whatsoever. You have to find something that's got a lot of blood. And you get in past where there's any exposure to the elements, and you get drill past that, and then you extract it. Now he's going to be down underneath, I guess. That's what I'm taking out of it. They're going to excavate below. It doesn't matter where you are here. This is all the same muscle. And you can see it up here. Look at the blood. There's blood all over there. That is just raw blood, my friends. All right, not only can we get a sample of probably DNA from Petra, we should be able to get it from Bennu. That's a heart. Zero question, that's a heart. Now, they came back with sarcomeres, muscle sarcomeres. They should be able to test this for DNA. I'm serious. I don't see any reason they shouldn't be able to get some DNA out of that. This stuff is pretty fresh. So I'm saying they should do their job, and look at this. First of all, this is going to take them 10 years to even, it's been a year already. I knew what this was before they even came back with it. And I can't get a single person to talk to me about it. Not one. Nobody will respond to anything. It's so obvious what it is. It's impossible to miss this unless you're a PhD. Then you can miss anything you want. All right, so as I have shown, we just live in a universe. It's all biological. It's absolutely stunningly enormous. There's hearts in space. They said there was battles in the heavens, and they really recorded there was giant creatures. Everybody thought, oh, they must have meant this, they must have meant that. No, they meant there was giant creatures, and they exploded each other somehow, and they ended up with body parts flying around in space. They're all over the place. Bennu is a heart, and they have a sample back here on Earth, and it's right here, and it is muscle sarcomeres. It's the same stuff I've just shown you, muscle sarcomeres. And that came right out of the asteroid Bennu. They went out there, spent billions of dollars to get this stuff. It has a membrane on this side, a membrane on that side, and muscle sarcomeres in the middle. It's what it is. The entire universe is biological. And not only that, you see that? That's not an impact crater. That's a tube coming out of this heart. And these are the valves of the heart. The plumbing is ripped away. That's a tube coming out. There are tubes all over the place. This is all biology, 100% biology. There's nobody can stand up against it. It's just what it is. And it's time. This guy Josh Gates. I respect him. Now, will I respect him after this? I don't know, because I have found really nobody that is interested in the truth, because it goes against the things that they've been saying. He looks to me like the kind of guy that's going out searching for the truth. I suppose we just have to find out what happens. All right, thank you. Okay, my friends, shocker du jour, prepare yourself. Wednesday, today is Tuesday. Wednesday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, they're going to have on Josh Gates talking about Petra, and they apparently did an excavation there. Now, I am going to present some evidence that I'd like to see as a part of that excavation. But listen to what he has to say.
Within these walls lies one of the wonders of the world. For the first time ever, we're being given exclusive access to excavate beneath it. Get ready to explore the city and the secrets of Petra.
Expedition unknown. The season begins with the
All right, let's get into it.